What's going on, everybody? Wally back with another video. In today's video, it's actually a revival of a series that I did once in the past and received sort of well, sort of not well. It was received interestingly. Some people did, in fact, enjoy the How Not to Be a Little Bitch series, but some people did not. I read a couple comments saying something like, I can't believe this is the direction the channel has gone in. My virgin ears have been desecrated by this man's illustrious voice and use of offensive pronouns. Fuck you, Wally, unsubbing. And unfortunately, I took offense to that and took those videos down. Well, I actually unlisted them because I didn't want to offend anyone, and I felt that by saying little bitch in the video a couple times ultimately offended some people. So today's video will be about how not to be a little bitch, stop getting offended by everything other people do. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is going to be a negative video, but it's not. This is not going to be a negative video, and I want to get a disclaimer out there. When I say don't be a little bitch, I'm not meaning it in the negative female connotation type way. I am not trying to be a misogynist, white, cis, gendered male. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to just say is that it's another way for me to say don't be a punk, don't be stupid, don't do this kind of thing. And a comical and artistic way to articulate that fact is to call it how not to be a little bitch. Now, of course, this is obviously emphasized by some varying use of vocabulary and different tonality in my voice. But today I want to talk about getting offended, and most peculiar of getting offended, when I get offended. And a lot of it has to do with comments on my Twitter and comments on my YouTube channel. So I will get right into the nitty-gritty of things that I want to change about myself because I don't want to be a little bitch. And the first thing that I want to change is when I read a negative comment, I want to change my response from being, fuck you, pal, no one cares what you have to say, you're just one man with a plain face or no face at all with a random Google account making fun of my channel or my hard work or my ranting, whatever it is. I want to say that, obviously, but I can't, and I often don't because that's unprofessional, and probably no one wants to see that in the comment section. Most of the time, a lot of people, I think, believe that some YouTubers don't read their comments. Well, I read all of my comments. I really do. I don't read all of them, but I read a majority of them. I read a majority of the ones that are tagged without, like, plus someone else's name, because generally when they're plus someone else's name, it's a conversation between two individuals and doesn't really have anything to do with me. But when it says X person commented and then it says whatever their comment is, that's when I read those. So let me put that into perspective for you so that you understand where I'm coming from. But sometimes I will get comments like the most recent one that really did annoy me enough to respond was, it was on one of the lore videos I did. It was on Toland the Shattered. And it was, do you actually talk like this in real life, you fucking tool? That's pretty much what the comment said. And I turned to this comment and I flew into a rage. I was livid. I was pissed. I was like, what? What do you mean? Of course I don't talk like that in real life. It's called voice acting. I'm trying to give a character to the lore, right? And I wanted to say that. And I wanted to go in there. And I kind of responded with, I think I responded with, no, I don't talk like that in real life. It's voice acting. I'm just trying to give character to the story. I think that was my actual response. But what I really meant by that was, fuck you, pal. No, you're an idiot. I don't talk like that in real life. Why would you leave that comment? But I didn't do that because doing that in an unprofessional manner would make me a little bitch. It would also show a bit of weakness, which is something that no one likes to do ever. No one likes to be super self-critical to the point of opening up one's turtle shell and showing that you are in fact not a ninja turtle, but a little bitch, and no one wants that. So the one thing that I want to change moving forward is when I read negative YouTube comments, and I'm not talking like the trolling ones, Like, there's some trolly ones out there like, Wally, kill yourself, or Wally, you're a faggot, or whatever. Those obviously don't need to be responded to because they're just no substance comments. But some comments are individuals leaving their passionate opinions about how much they disagree with the content that they have watched, which is fine. I'm actually okay with that. If you as an individual openly disagree with the content that is being presented to you without resorting to ad hominem attacks or attacks on someone's character, you, in my opinion, have full right to express that commentary. But I think we need to move away from the notion that just because you express an opinion doesn't make that opinion stupid. And I think that's the big thing here with the whole getting offended. When I express an opinion, since I have a small soapbox to stand on that some of you do hear me out on, I feel that I have legitimacy, and that may not be the case. Some of the topics that I have covered have been completely asinine and full of idiocy and not really backed up well with fact. The Destiny Pay to Lose video is a pretty good idea of me just attempting to appeal to your emotion or take the side of the community. Essentially, I went very far into the realm of F Bungie, F Activision, F microtransactions, I'm for the people, etc. But some people found that I went too far and posted in the comments that I was a whiny little bitch. And I took offense to those comments. I was offended because someone found my opinion not to be of their caliber, of their enjoyment, of their particular food for thought. And I was offended by that. And so the one thing that I want to move away from, and I've been trying desperately to do for a very long time, is how not to get offended by YouTube comments, or specifically individuals that may or may not disagree with you in an active way. And obviously, no one is ever going to always agree with you. It's pretty much mathematically impossible for 100% of the community out there to love you. It's just not going to happen. So I've sort of let go of the ego design behind this video where everyone's going to love these opinions or the way I talk or the way I articulate myself, whatever. Everyone is not going to love that. And I have to get it through my mind that if I don't want to be a little bitch anymore in my life, that I have to take some of these comments that may offend me because I am a little bitch and just eat them up and say, okay, thanks, man, or just don't reply at all. We don't live in a world, unfortunately, where if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Apparently, the internet has changed that to where if you have nothing nice to say, make sure you write out a long paragraph in why you have nothing nice to say at all. That is the age we live in. And honestly, that is not going to change by me putting up this video or me calling for a change or whatever. This isn't a call to action. If you have an opinion, express it. If you think that you're offending someone, well, as long as you're not racist or sexist, I don't think there's too much of an issue. I get offended all the time by comments that go against my general way to explain things about Destiny, life, gaming in general, whatever. But the way to become a better person is to accept the fact that there's always going to be criticism, some of it constructive and some of it less constructive. So my goal moving forward to not be a little bitch is to get less offended, or just try not to get offended at all by people expressing their opinions. Even if I personally think that their opinions are stupid, I should still go out of my way to at least hear them out or not get offended by what they have to say. This has been the revival of How Not to Be a Little Bitch. If you want more of these videos, please let me know. If you have criticisms, please voice them. And if you fear that you're going to offend me, offend me. I'm cool with it. You guys are all awesome. I will see you guys later. I hope you guys have a great New Year's and a great year of 2016. I'm super stoked. Things are going to change on this channel and how I present content. I'm going to do my very best to provide you with interesting, thought-provoking, good content that may and may not offend you. You guys are great. I'll see y'all later. Peace.